Hey folks, what's going on? Sorry. The reason I'm recording with my headphones right now is I have to have my door closed to record this. For, privacy, plus it's actually later at night, as you can tell. I don't have any lights on, just my TV in front of me. So you're probably wondering how I'm doing, obviously. And the answer is better. Better. I took Koa to the vets, and it set me back about half the headway I made on my owed credit. No big surprise, but it was worth it. And the reality is what I got out of it was peace of mind more than anything else. The vet told me that physically there's nothing wrong with Koa that he can detect unless he did diagnostics, blood tests, x-rays, things I couldn't afford. I could just afford a basic exam and a treatment. So what he ended up doing was just examining Koa, and things I found out is physically, joints, back, neck, he's fine. He has no obvious pain. So he may have a soft tissue pain, a pull, a bad bruise, something of that nature. Although he doesn't act like he does. He doesn't act like anywhere on him is particularly sensitive. Not that dogs always do. It could be he's just a little sick. He could have a virus or something, but otherwise he's fine. He's just timid. Well, the other thing I found out is Koa can see. He can see. How well, it's impossible to tell because you can't sight test a dog, but he can see. I do know for sure that he has night blindness. I do. Because he has walked into things at night outside. A couple days ago, before I took him to the vet, he walked into a mesh container that is sitting out by the picnic table. That's kind of easy to miss. I mean, even for somebody with good eyesight, because it's a chicken wire mesh. So, but today he walked into the back of a chair. And the chair was dark, and it was fairly dark out. The sun wasn't quite down, but it was mostly. So that confirmed to me that he can't see at night. So the issues he has maybe, it may be that he has more trouble seeing than I know. But on the other hand, I can still be on the other side of the yard, and he can still come straight for me during the day. So he can at least see well enough to do that. He doesn't like to go outside unless he really has to go bathroom. If I want to take him out to make sure that he's gone, I have to nudge him out of his bed and nudge him towards the door. Then once I get him walking, he'll go. And he walked the yard tonight. He walked all the way down to the edge of the neighbor's yard, and all the way back up over this end of the yard. And then I brought him in because it was getting dark. And when I brought him in, I carried him up the stairs because I didn't bring my flashlight with me for him to see. So I know he wouldn't be able to see the stairs. And he's had trouble going up the stairs. So I just decided to carry him up. But when I set him down in the house, he didn't realize, I guess, he was in the house. He tried to go back out past me. But I just encouraged him in. And then when he finally turned around and went in, he realized he was in. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on. A lot of what's going on with him could easily be psychological as well. I don't know how animals deal with loss. I don't know how animals, deal with like night vision and the problems that he has. That's the only thing I can think of is that he has psychological issues for a dog as well. But now that I know what's going on, now that I know how to tend to it, now that I'm learning, and now that the vet has put me to peace of mind and what's going on with him, now I can take care of him. Now I can pull myself straight. Now that I have a direction to go, I can pour my energy into that. You know, a lot of people say what happened to me earlier when I posted that vlog was me really overreacting. Um, Nobody said it outright. You know, it wasn't in any comments or anything. But I just know some people would say that. And I'm going to be honest with you, you wouldn't be wrong in most occasions. You really wouldn't. Uh, but the truth of the matter is simply this. As I've said, since my wife has passed, my dogs are the only two things in this world right now that I have that keep me getting up in the morning, you know? I don't believe I'm getting emotional again. I was thinking this earlier and doing just fine, but now talking about it's making it tough again. But honestly, I am okay. It's just a little emotional. So, yeah. They're all that I have that keep me getting up in the morning. They're the only reasons I keep going. You know, even though I've healed a considerable amount from when my wife passed, I still suffering, obviously. I'm still suffering. So, if I didn't have them, I would go insane. As you saw, you know, some of the best things that happen is, you know, Koa curling up in my arm at night. Or Bella jumping over my shoulder from the bed when I'm leaning back in the chair to come up, and she buries her head in my neck like, please let me stay. And then I pet her, and then she wrestles around in my arm, you know, attacking my hand. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen. No, it's the cutest thing I'm going to say you've ever seen. So, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, maybe guys don't become like crazy cat ladies. Maybe we become insane dog men. But, you know, without kids, without uh, my own family, that's all I have. And the thought of losing that, come on, pull it together. The thought of losing that was really terrifying. It's that simple. I mean, I'm not an idiot. I know that someday I'm going to lose Koa and Bella. I know they're going to die before me. I know. Just not now. Sorry. I wanted to come back and give you good news and be happy, and here I am tearing up again. It's just proof that I'm still suffering. As much as I may have thought I've dealt with things, the reality is either I haven't or I have so much more to deal with than I know. And I'm just taking it one day at a time. But for anyone worrying, I'm okay now. I'm alright. I'm stable. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything stupid. I'm alright. Just still in the healing process. That's all. Tomorrow, another video will be up. More Euro Truck. I know I had a lot of plans, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I've really thrown myself wholeheartedly into Second Life. You know, I'll say again, and I've said it before, I make no bones about it. I don't hide it. If you look at my avatar on most of my medias and whatnot, you'll see I'm a furry. I love the furry fandom. I love the furry world. I have my own fursona. I'm 42 years old. I was married 10, almost together 15 years. I'm not the type to sit there and make bones and hide things that people may not understand and make fun of, okay? I've long since passed caring about that. If you want to be one of those jerks that makes fun of shit because you don't understand it or because you want to feel better or because you don't like it or think it's stupid, go ahead. You're entitled to that. But don't think I'm going to pay attention to you when you do. Okay? You're not worth my time and effort. I've been through enough shit without dealing with you. I'm not saying any of you are like that. I'm just saying, hey, somebody's going to come across this video that's like that. So yeah, I'm a furry. I have a fursona. I've been in Second Life, as I mentioned before, and I've learned that the furry world, despite moving locations, which has come off what they known as like mucks and all that, and have basically moved into Second Life. Not much has changed, and that's not a bad thing. You know, I've learned a lot. I've been a furry for almost 20 years, or maybe over 20 years. And I've learned a lot in that time. And as somebody who knows, you can really learn to manipulate the furry world if you know what to do. And you can really start getting things that you want without having to ever pay for it. And I know how to do that. I learned a long time ago, and I learned from some of the best. And I don't mean I learned because they did that to me. I learned because I convinced them to take me under their wing and teach me. I have a natural, raw talent for being very well, you guys will know. When I want to, when I can, when I really want to turn it on. What I do in my videos is just casual. When I really want to turn it on, I can be an extremely charismatic, very convincing, very likable person. And I know I'm making myself sound like a dick, and well, in a way. But the reality is, in the furry world, if you know how to do that, much like the real world, you can get whatever you want. It may take time. You may have to go through many sources, but it'll happen eventually. And I've known how to do that for a long time. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm meeting a lot of people. I've made quite a few friends. And I mean actual friends, because I know what a lot of people think about the furry world. And you're not wrong, but you're also not right. There is a large part of the furry world that is all about sex and sexualization and things like that. There is, but there's also a very normal part that's like any other part of the world. It's just that people do it online rather than out because they're very socially awkward, or for whatever other reason they can't do it out, where, you know, like me. I don't go out very much. I don't do very much. I just sit in here all day, or I go out in the yard. So it gives us that outlet to meet and socialize with people. And the more creative you are, the more popular you can become. So there is that. I don't know why I told you all that. I just did. I just running with it. So yeah, I'm doing okay, and I will be getting better. I know Second Life is going to help me heal. And I remember why I started telling you this, because I've thrown myself so full-heartedly into Second Life that I'm leaving myself very little time to do anything else except make Euro Truck videos. I've even started learning to online DJ, because there's a place I go that streams music in Second Life, and I actually really really keened into the idea of being an online DJ. So I'm working on expanding my musical library. I've got about 400 songs right now. I want to try and push that in the next 2 weeks to 1,000, which I can do. I'm learning to mix and fade and talk, and and I have the personality for it if I can just learn to go with it. I'm a former tour guide, so I got the gift of gab. I just got to learn to mix the music. I got to set up the stream. I've got to set up my playlist and all that. And then once I get all that done, once everything's done, I'm going to start looking for gigs in Second Life where I can DJ. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. But other than that, man, like I said, I'm doing better. I'm just, emotional. That's all. Oh, real quick, one of the other reasons I forgot to mention that I got really bad on that last video is because I was in the tail end of a down curve in my bipolarism. As you may or you should know by now, I'm mildly bipolar. I have a mild version of it. So I do have the ups and downs emotionally, and I happened to be in a down at the time, and then Koa getting sick just really slammed that home. So that's the other reason I got as bad as I did. Normally I wouldn't, but I would still get bad. Don't get me wrong. Normally I wouldn't get that bad, but what can you do? Just how it happened. Anyways, I've got something cooking and I need to go and get it. I got to have my chicken and veggies tonight. I'm still eating healthy, man. I am not as well as I was the first couple months, but I'm still eating healthy and I'm hopefully still losing weight. I'm going to find out in about a week or two when I go back to the doctor. So other than that, I've gone on long enough. Thanks for listening, guys. This is One Big Bug. I'm signing out. Euro Truck tomorrow, don't forget. I'll see you then.